Caribjet, the most experienced travel agency company in Grenada, serving our clients and businesses for over 40 years. IATA accredited, we issue tickets on 280 airlines, representatives for Condor, the German airlines, and main agents for Virgin, KLM and Air France, who are specialists to the Middle East. Walk in to our ticket office at Maurice Bishop Highway, call 439-4444, WhatsApp 534-7755 or visit caribjet.com.
This is the MTV Evening News for Thursday, the 5th of October. The news headlines in association with Quartz Grenada Limited.
Switch to a Ready Cash loan today. Bring your loan to us and get 25% off your interest rate. Get flexible payment terms, fast approval, and hassle-free service, so you can do all the important things you need with ease. All you need is your ID, proof of address, payslip, job letter, and 2 references. Visit us in-store or apply online at www.shopquartz.com. Quartz Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment as you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest. Visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
Coming up in the news this evening, toddler dies after being struck by a passenger bus. Fire destroys a 4-bedroom house in St. David. Community mental health workers say that they will not back down until their voices have been heard. And in sport, Grenada netball team leads at the ECCB International Netball Series. We'll have the details to those and other stories along with the public forecast information right after the break. Stay with us.
The first segment of the MTV Evening News comes to your compliments Nexa Credit Union. With you wherever your road leads.
But when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me, yes I can. Whenever you're in need, yes you can. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide, to light that shines all day. Wherever you road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Nexa, 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 right next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Good evening, I'm Tony Julian with the details. Sad news indeed to begin this evening's newscast as tragedy struck in the village of La Porterie on Thursday morning. That's when a 2-year-old boy lost his life in a devastating accident involving a passenger bus. The incident has raised serious concerns about road safety and reckless endangerment. But let's get more in a report from Troy Gill.
In a heart-wrenching incident that has left a community in mourning, 2-year-old Azavion Andrew, who attended Excellent Daycare Preschool located in Grenville St. Andrew, lost his life after being struck by a red Toyota passenger bus on Thursday morning. The child was hit after he followed his cousin out onto the road. He was rushed to Maribor Hospital by his father and the young man who was driving the bus involved in the accident. Tragically, he was pronounced dead on arrival. The tearful mother, Donna Andrew, still in disbelief over the sudden loss, spoke to MTV News off camera. She shared her recollection of the heart-wrenching incident.
Yeah, my cousin living with him here that goes to school, and the bus normally comes down to get children to go to school. When the bus coming down, he just drive fast with loud, music and stuff like that. And as I have children here, I was in the kitchen attending to stuff. So I asked the father to check to make sure that they're in the yard. He did check, and he said, he saw them, at the back. He have around some days, so they normally play with it. But while the cousin was going, I guess as much the little one running behind him. I didn't see, all I heard is that he was standing on the side outside, and I heard the bus leave off. And then I see somebody call out to my husband because he came back inside. And when I look out, I see everybody coming out of the bus, and I was just crying.
She remembers her son as a vibrant toddler.
He's a very jovial little boy. Everybody in the village, he will smile, he will laugh, he will chat. He will fall, he will get up, and he will be like nothing. He didn't fall, he didn't knock himself, and he will continue going on. When he comes from school, the first thing he will come and look for his juice. He loves to eat.
Our news team understands that the driver of the bus was actually the bus conductor, who it is alleged was not in possession of a driver's license. Another relative, Marlene Richards, also speaking off camera, expressed her concerns about road safety.
So I was called in this morning to come and collect some clothes to go to the hospital and drop because the mother was not able to help herself. So I was asked to come to go and drop some clothes. But on my way, I got another phone call that the child didn't make it. And reaching here now, you hear everybody in the village saying that is the boy driving every morning. Persons would have tell him about it, but I guess he do not. He have to do all his studying. He come in and collect passengers to drop them to school. So that's the sentiment you get in every morning, that the young man does not drive slow.
The driver of the bus at the time of the incident, whose name was not disclosed, is currently in police custody cooperating with investigations into the incident. MTV News reached out to Corporal Troy Paul attached to the Traffic Department on the penalties of causing death by dangerous or reckless driving, including additional charges for driving without a valid license.
According to the Road Traffic Act, Section 55, it says causing death by reckless or dangerous driving. It says any person who caused the death of another person by driving a motor vehicle on a road recklessly or at a speed or in a manner dangerous to the public, having regards to the circumstances of the case, including the nature and condition and the use of the road and the amount of traffic that is expected to be on the road at the time, commits an offense and shall be liable on conviction, on indictment, to imprisonment to a term of 10 years and shall be disqualified by the court from the date of conviction for a period not less than 7 years from obtaining a driving license.
For MTV News, Troy Gill.
Meanwhile, a crash on the Grandad's public road on Wednesday has left 2 adults hospitalized and 1 infant dead. Reports are that the head-on collision involving 2 vehicles occurred around 8 a.m. Akela Aberdeen has that story.
Family members are trying to come to the grips with the death of a 23-month-old baby girl who succumbed to her injuries at the General Hospital following Wednesday's accident. According to a reliable source, the child's parents were also in the white Corolla when it collided headfirst with a brown Nissan Tiida. They are both warded at the General Hospital. Information reaching our news desk is that the infant was seated in the back seat of the car when the accident occurred. Member of Parliament for St. George South, Honorable Andy Williams, extended sympathies to those involved.
Well, the matter is still under police investigation, but I know Aisha Prime, she's in charge of the road officers, the road wardens and so, in the south of the island. And after she went to visit some of the people who were cleaning by Palm Court around there, when she left, I think that's where the accident happened. She's in the hospital right now, and she's in stable condition. Her boyfriend is in stable condition also. I understand that her child died in the accident, and that's where it is now. So about midday today, I'll go and visit them and see, that they are taken care of, and whatever I can do to assist, I'll do to assist them.
A release from the Royal Grenada Police Force confirmed that there were 2 vehicles involved in Wednesday's crash. One was driven by a female accompanied by 2 occupants, including the deceased infant, and another driven by a male. The statement also confirmed that police investigation is ongoing. MTV News spoke with Corporal Troy Paul attached to the Traffic Department.
The Traffic Department can safely state that for the year 2023, there were a total of 1,762 reported accidents, with 3 being fatal, 55 serious accidents, and 1,709 minor accidents. For the year 2022, there were a total of 1,953 reported accidents, 5 road fatalities, 69 serious accidents, and 1,879 minor accidents. We've seen a reduction of 10% in the number of reported accidents, a 40% reduction in the number of fatalities. So we're seeing a reduction in the number of reported accidents, which I stated by 10%.
Reporting for MTV News, I am Akela Aberdeen.
A 4-bedroom house in St. David was completely destroyed by a raging fire on Wednesday evening. The incident has left the lone occupant of the house homeless, and authorities are now conducting investigations to determine the actual cause of the blaze, as we hear in a report from Troy Gill.
Retired maintenance worker at the Grenada National Water and Sewerage Authority, or NAWASA, Stephen David Peters, who resides in Demon, Latant, St. David, is now homeless as his house, a 4-bedroom wooden structure, was reduced to ashes by a raging fire on Wednesday evening. Our news team visited the scene on Thursday and spoke with Peters, who lives alone but was not at home when the incident occurred. While waiting on the police to arrive at the scene to conduct their investigations into the cause of the blaze, he told MTV News that he left home at around 7 p.m. on Wednesday to collect building supplies as he was in the process of renovating his home.
Yesterday I was trying to do a little construction on the house, to a stronger construction, and then I go by my hand. I get all my materials and things. Look at all the stairs and the money around this day. So we decided to cast Saturday. So I left and I go up to the truck to go for the bamboo. And while we out in the cross out there, my partner said me, "Ting, look at your house catch a fire down there, fire." So I say, "By your lie, boy." When I was down, I see fire.
Peter says he lost most of his possessions in the blaze, including building materials that was to be used to repair his home.
I lost my television, my music set, and my washing machine and 2 fridge. Probably I mightn't, well, it could be about $7,000 or $8,000. Yeah, it could be around that. 20 bags of cement and ply and boards, board and thing, and steel. Go and look at them steel and you.
The former Nawasa employee turned farmer says he was contacted by the Ministry of Housing and was given assurances that they will provide assistance in the reconstruction process. Meanwhile, he has taken up lodging with a close friend.
Well, they talked to me already, and then they go let Ministry of Housing give me assistance. So I was thankful and think, because my son was in an accident, we was trying to do that. That way he was trying to do. So then, for the moment time, I feel I will do a quick thing if I get you in the instruction day.
According to Peters, a fire truck from St. George arrived on the scene at around 8 p.m. on Wednesday, followed by another from the Grenville Fire Department. However, despite their efforts, the house could not be saved. For MTV News, Troy Gill.
A young man from Happy Hill in St. George learned his fate on Thursday morning after being sentenced for robbery with violence at the No. 1 High Court in St. George's. We get more in a report from Kayla Flavini.
Neil Hyacinth will spend the next 7 years in prison after pleading guilty of robbery with violence. The sentence was handed down by Justice Paula Guilford at the No. 1 High Court on Thursday. His brother, Ivan Hyacinth, who also pleaded guilty to the same offense, will be sentenced on Friday, October 6. His attorney, Jerry Edwin, says this is because he violated his probation by committing another offense. The Hyacinth brothers from Happy Hill, St. George, were arrested and charged in April of 2022 in connection with a robbery at Happy Time Bakery in Happy Hill. The robbers got away with over $8,000 worth of goods and a cell phone. The young men were teenagers at the time of the incident. Robbery with violence carries a maximum sentence of 15 years in prison. For MTV News, I am Kayla Flavini.
Community mental health workers continue to protest for proper remuneration, tools and genuine engagement from the Ministry of Health officials. Protest action actually started over 1 week ago, and trade unionists have promised that industrial action will intensify if workers do not receive a show of goodwill from the relevant authorities. We hear more from Kaylin Flavini.
It's day 9 of protest action from community mental health nurses as they seek to have long-standing issues resolved through the Ministry of Health. The Public Workers Union maintained that the powers that be refused to address burning concerns related to compensation and the treatment of workers, and President Brian Grimes believes that the low-hanging fruit should be catered to. With the 10 licensed mental health nurses standing beside him, Grimes pleaded for Health Minister Jonathan Nakreth to listen to the frustrated voices of those fighting to be heard.
And what hurts me at this particular juncture is that this week is Mental Illness Awareness Week worldwide. We wrote on the 11th of September, coming from that meeting of August 3rd, stating, look, we have no traction, nothing is happening. On the 25th, we will take industrial action. So we gave them 2 weeks. Let me tell you something. No one from the ministry contacted us in that period, right? On the 3rd of October, we got a letter from the PS basically stating all the things that were said on the 3rd when nothing happened. We must sit with the ultimate authority in the Ministry of Health, meaning Honorable Jonathan Nakreth, for us to iron this matter out. We cannot go through this whole process by evasiveness. We are not facing the issues.
Honorable Andy Williams, in his capacity as acting Prime Minister, says he will do what is needed to ensure that all parties reach a speedy resolution.
I decided to make a pass here today, and I happened to see the protests, you know. So I just spoke to the people, and I'm going to speak to the Minister of Health and see what we could do to resolve the matter.
Public Workers Union Public Relations Officer Daisy Hazard was also present at the protest, where she voiced that she is yet to see advancements from the Ministry of Health. She made note of the untenable conditions, no provision of cell phones, and insufficient monthly traveling allowances.
So the question is, what is happening to these workers? Why aren't we taking care of them? Are we relegating and are we treating our community mental health care nurses in the same way that we treat persons in our society with mental health issues?
Hazard revealed that the letter received from the PS of the General Hospital would not suffice, and workers will continue to take the stance should the authority continue with what is deemed as a don't care attitude.
Once the union and once members and workers begin a course of industrial action, there is no backing off, there is no stepping away, there is no stepping down until and unless persons receive at least some of what they're looking for, or all, if not all of what they're looking for. So once we've started, and we started last week, we're going until it's over, until it's done. Until we can come back to the public and say that some of what these persons need, or all of it, at least just to be able to conduct their jobs day to day for the community, for the people of Grenada, we're not stepping back from action.
Prime stresses that the workers at the heart of the protest are tired of lip service, and they await the opportunity to sit and engage with officials from the Ministry of Health. Kayla Flavany for MTV News.
That's the first segment of the evening news right here on MTV. We'll be back with you after the break.
The first segment of the MTV Evening News came to you in association with Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
But when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. 'Cause you can look to me, yes, I can. Whenever you're in need, yes, you can. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide, to light that shines all day. Wherever your heart leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever your heart leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next side, next side, next side, right next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
For a limited time, the NLA has dropped all of the 2x balls from the multi-X draw. This means that you, our valuable players, have greater chances of multiplying your winnings up to 5 times more in our 2x drop promotion. Yay! And that's not all. As an additional bonus, there will be fewer free play or FP balls to draw from too. Now you have more reasons to add multi-X to your playway bets. So, value your dreams, win your way, and multiply your winnings up to 5 times more in the NLA's 2x Dropped promotion. Promo runs until Friday, 20th October, 2023. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
an Accel Back to School loan. Visit today or call us on 435-8222.
Ring, 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 back to school loan thing. Accel Finance help you to your learning.
Grenada, get ready. A new season of the Grenleg debates is coming. Informative, impromptu, bright young minds sparking powerful ideas. The Grenleg debates, September 2023. Tune in.
Introducing the NIS Dream Loan, where possibilities are boundless and your aspirations are our priority. No matter where life takes you, NIS Dream Loans are here to make your dreams a reality. From purchasing your first plot of land or dream property, to renovating spaces, building your home, and seamlessly switching mortgages, we cater to every step of your journey. And here's what sets us apart. We offer easy financing options with competitive interest rates, quick approval processes, and flexible repayment terms. So why wait? Apply now and let our dedicated NIS team guide you through this exciting journey. Visit nisgrenada.org/dream loan or call 440-3309 to book an appointment. Terms and conditions apply. Your dream awaits.
Ladies and gentlemen, the grand opening of the 13th edition of the Waikiki Super Knockout is on. Saturday, 14th October at the National Stadium from 7 p.m. Two big opening games. At 7 p.m, Game 1, Happy Hill Bowlers versus Sub Spartans SC. Game 2, Paradise SC Youth versus Hurricane SC Youth. Then, after the game, we head stateside for the young and upcoming trending Jamaican dancehall artist, Stark Ashley. Alongside the dancehall superstar, Idonia.
We have a party tonight, you just watch. Tonight we feel like spend some cash.
Idonia.
Back on the street,
Idonia is coming.
Everybody shout, yeah, 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 yeah.
Also featuring the Octane Band, Young Bert and Temptress. Admission $50. Main stand, bleachers and secondary stand $40. The 13th edition of the Waikiki Super Knockout is on. Don't miss a game.
The second segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
Request, repay, repeat with Ariza's FlexiCredit Evergreen Loan Facility. Qualify for a FlexiCredit with limits up to $25,000 or use your home equity to qualify for more. Extra cash at your fingertips whenever you need it. Accessed using your debit card and managed using AMI, Ariza's mobile internet experience app. FlexiCredit allows you the flexibility to top up to your approved limit any day, anytime. Already a member? Send us a WhatsApp on 423-4987. New members join today to apply. Request, repay, repeat. Use your FlexiCredit for vacations, shopping, wedding, general expenses, and more. Ariza loan terms and conditions apply. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
Welcome back. MTV News has been reliably informed that a secondary school in St. David will remain closed for the next few days due to an infestation of rats and bats. Sources confirmed to our news desk that teachers and students were asked to stay at home on Thursday and Friday, with the hope of returning to school on Monday. We were told that pest control is expected to exterminate the vermin in coming days. Our news team visited the school on Thursday during the usual school hours and noticed that there were no students or teachers on the school compound. The Lions Club of St. John and St. Mark is celebrating its 5th anniversary with 1 week of activities within both parishes. On Wednesday, the club hosted a media engagement, educating media practitioners as to the club's structure and ways in which both organizations can partner. We get more details in this report.
During a media engagement at the New Life organization on Tuesday evening, President of the Lions Club of St. John and St. Mark, Gloria Bonaparte, reminisced on a few of the activities organized over the past 5 years.
For vision, we had eye screening of every grade 6 student in the 7 primary schools in St. John and St. Mark. And as a result of this screening, all the students who were eligible to receive glasses got them. In the area of cancer, we made a donation of a microwave to the oncology ward at the General Hospital. Additionally, the children of cancer patients were given a package of school supplies and other needs as identified by the parents.
Bonaparte says there are numerous meaningful activities planned for the remainder of the Lionistic year.
To screen the elderly for cataract and glaucoma and so on the 14th of October. They are also going to be educating these elderly persons on symptoms, care and preventative measures. A financial contribution will be made towards the eye care facilities and the services that they would need. It's a diabetes drive on November 25th and it's going to start up at Victoria. We walk all the way down to Cuthbert Peters Park. The key thing here is that the proceeds from a branded t-shirt, they are just $40. So this money that we will collect from the sale of the t-shirts will go towards presentation of prosthetic legs.
Additionally, in a discussion with media representatives, Charter President David Hopkin stated that persons unable to seek medical attention due to poverty and youths without support are 2 of the most common issues they have encountered with the parishes of St. Mark and St. John.
We have some core areas, but in St. John's and St. Mark's, we want to address the issue of poverty that is linked to medical concerns, like the health concerns, such as diabetes, particularly, cancer, and vision. We have persons coming to us almost every day. The other area that we're very passionate about is youth, the situation of young people in our communities. We had a few projects planned over the years, for example, working with the magistrate court or the court system in St. John's and Mark's. A number of families were being brought to court for either child maintenance or some violent issue in the home or in the school. And these children have nobody to take care of them or no support.
The work of the Lions Club of St. John supports their motto, "We serve." Reporting for MTV News, I am Akela Aberdeen.
An official from the Council of Aging believes Grenada has emerged the Caribbean's 2nd largest aging population, raising urgent calls for attention to the challenges faced by its older citizens. As the nation grapples with the demographic transition, policymakers and experts alike are rallying to address the pressing needs of its senior populace. More in this report.
With October observed as Month of Older Persons, the Grenada National Council on Aging, or the GNCA, joins with local, regional and international bodies in adopting the theme for the observance of this day, fulfilling the promises of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights for Older Persons across generations. President of the National Council on Aging, Gloria Belfon, speaking to MTV News on Wednesday, says one of the ways they intend to tackle the challenges older people face is to work closely with stakeholders and to promote inclusion in the decision-making process.
We worked in collaboration with the Desk of the Elderly, that's under the Ministry of Social Development. So we want to work closely with them in coming up with plans and strategies and things that we need to do. And one of the things I need to say is this, that when you're planning for older persons, you include them in the planning. You don't plan for people and they're not part of it. So that's why we want to increase our membership. We have this membership drive where we can get more persons in so that we can include them in the planning. They could decide, and both young and old. So you can decide what it is you want, what is best for older people in Grenada.
Grenada's aging population is growing at an alarming rate, she says, with Grenada being the second largest in the Caribbean.
What they have described as a growing population is any population that would have reached 10% of persons 60 and over in your total population, that country is considered to be an aging population. But it's very interesting to note that since 2000, Grenada's aging population was 12.2%. It has gone way over the 10. Now, 23 years later, can you imagine what our aging population is 23 years later?
There are several factors that has contributed to the latest increase, Belfon says.
And there are some factors relating to that, some things that really cause that we need to look at carefully. It is said that life expectancy has increased. People live longer. In Grenada, our younger population, they're migrating. So we have more older people.
According to a release from the GNCA, they are aware of systemic and structural barriers that exist for older persons in the context of work, standards of living, learning opportunities, and access to services and resources because of ageist attitudes, discriminatory laws and policies, underfunding, and lack of accessibility and affordability, among other areas. For MTV News, Troy Gill.
That's the second segment of the evening news. Regional highlights are next. The second segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
Request, repay, repeat with Ariza's FlexiCredit Evergreen Loan Facility. Qualify for a FlexiCredit with limits up to $25,000 or use your home equity to qualify for more. Extra cash at your fingertips whenever you need it, accessed using your debit card, and managed using AMI, Ariza's mobile internet experience app. FlexiCredit allows you the flexibility to top up to your approved limit any day, anytime. Already a member? Send us a WhatsApp on 423-4987. New members join today to apply. Request, repay, repeat. Use your FlexiCredit for vacations, shopping, wedding, general expenses, and more. Ariza loan terms and conditions apply. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
The National Lotteries Authority is a proud sponsor of many cultural activities within the tri-island state of Grenada.
My name is Anderson Matterson, also known as Leftist, and I'm a calypsonian and stringman music player from Carrico. I support the games of the National Lottery Authority because culture benefits tremendously. Annually, the NLA supports the Carrico and Pitimatini Carnival, the Carrico Stringman Music Festival, and all regattas, among other activities. When I play the game of the NLA, I can see where my money goes, and it's an investment into our culture.
Yes, Grenada, when you play the games of the NLA, you enable us to invest in the skills and talents of our people in the areas of sports, culture, and nation building.
At Bailey's Funeral Home, we understand the pain and grief you experience when you suffer the loss of a loved one. For years, we have helped thousands of families get through that difficult time by providing professional funeral services to meet their unique needs. Whether your choice is cremation or burial, call us or come into our new facility on the Carenage and meet with our arrangers in a spacious and comfortable environment. Choose from a wide variety of quality coffins and caskets at prices from as low as $1,900. At Bailey's Funeral Home, we believe that no one should feel overwhelmed or anxious about funeral expenses. So when it's time to plan a funeral, join a burial society, or make pre-arrangements when service and costs matter, call Bailey's Funeral Home at 440-2558 or visit us at baileysfuneralhome.org. Bailey's Funeral Home, still providing the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Let's get back to school with Dutch Lady. Spend $10 or more on Dutch Lady products, scan the QR code, enter your name, address, telephone number, receipt number, and place of purchase at any of our outlets, or online to enter for a chance to win. Shopping voucher valued at $1,000 for school supplies, free internet for 3 months, free private tutoring for 3 months. Promotion valid from September to October 2023. Terms and conditions apply. Visit participating outlets and get ready to win big with Dutch Lady. Dutch Lady, building stronger families.
Introducing the NIS Dream Loan, where possibilities are boundless and your aspirations are our priority. No matter where life takes you, NIS Dream Loans are here to make your dreams a reality. From purchasing your first plot of land or dream property to renovating spaces, building your home, and seamlessly switching mortgages, we cater to every step of your journey. And here's what sets us apart. We offer easy financing options with competitive interest rates, quick approval processes, and flexible repayment terms. So why wait? Apply now and let our dedicated NIS team guide you through this exciting journey. Visit nisgrenada.org/dreamloan or call 440-3309 to book an appointment. Terms and conditions apply. Your dream awaits.
The choice to finance your education is clear. Try the Grenada Development Bank Won't You Dare. Our special student loan was designed with care for your growth, development, and welfare. This is how champions are made. Take on that challenge. Don't ever be afraid. Our special student loan will come to your aid with 100% of your study costs being paid. Vulnerability is but a temporary condition, and conquering it is strictly ambition. You can secure victory despite your position with a loan for accommodation, books, and tuition. We see your potential. We notice your drive. So on your marks, get set. Let your dreams come alive. Don't let hurdles of doubt get in your way, because you are the future. Contact GDB today. Our special student loan is just one application away. Grenada Development Bank. Development through financing.
It's the evening edition of News Thursday, and here's Danessa Pantru with this evening's regional roundup.
This is the regional roundup for today. I am Danessa Pantru. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has announced that he will welcome leaders from the Caribbean community to Ottawa for the first Canada-CARICOM Summit on Canadian soil. He will co-chair the summit, which will run from October 17th to 19th, 2023, alongside the Prime Minister of Dominica, Roosevelt Skerrit, the current chair of CARICOM. A statement says as CARICOM celebrates its 50th anniversary this year, the summit will highlight Canada's strong ties with the Caribbean and provide an opportunity for leaders to continue to strengthen cooperation and chart a better future for people in both regions. Under the summit theme of Strategic Partners for a Resilient Future, the Prime Minister and CARICOM leaders will advance shared priorities, including building inclusive and sustainable economies, increasing trade and investment, and promoting multilateral collaboration. The leaders will also work to fight climate change and address its impact in the Caribbean, including exploring ways to improve access to financing for small island developing states in the Caribbean. Tropical Storm Philip aimed for Bermuda on Tuesday on a path that will eventually take it to Atlantic Canada and eastern New England. The storm was located 520 miles off Bermuda on Thursday morning. It had winds up to 45 miles per hour and was moving north at 10 miles per hour. A tropical storm warning is in effect for Bermuda, with forecasters warning of heavy rainfalls starting Thursday evening. Philip's center is expected to pass near Bermuda on Friday and then approach eastern New England and Atlantic Canada on Saturday as a post-tropical cyclone. Philip is a large storm with tropical storm force winds extending up to 230 miles from its center. Philip made landfall in Bermuda late Monday and downed trees and power lines on several islands in the northeast Caribbean, forcing closures of schools, businesses, and government offices. The U.S. Virgin Islands on Thursday reported major power outage on St. Thomas and St. John, with crews struggling to restore electricity. And finally, in the region, Kenyan lawmakers said Wednesday that parliament approval is required before the deployment of police to the Kenya-led peacemaking mission to Haiti to combat gang violence that was approved by the United Nations Security Council this week. Opposition lawmaker Anthony Oluch told the session of Parliament's lower house that the condition of foreign deployment hadn't been yet under the National Police Act. He also said the country's security needs ought to take first precedence before any foreign commitments, alluding to the internal attacks by the East African-based Al-Shabaab extremist group, which have links to Al-Qaeda. Another lawmaker, Junet Mohammed, said the matter should be tabled in Parliament for approval before any police officer leaves the country for what he called a dangerous mission, citing Kenyan police officers' inexperience in combating local crime. And that's it for this evening's Regional Roundup. I am Donessa Pantru.
It's the MTV Evening News. We'll be back with you after the break.
The National Lotteries Authority is a proud sponsor of many cultural activities within the Tri-Island state of Grenada.
My name is Anderson Matheson, also known as Leftis, and I'm a calypsonian and string band music player from Carrico. I support the games of the National Lottery Authority because culture benefits tremendously. Annually, the NLA supports the Carrico and Petit Matinee Carnival, the Carrico String Band Music Festival, and all regattas, among other activities. When I play the game of the NLA, I can see where my money goes, and it's an investment into our culture.
Yes, Grenada, when you play the games of the NLA, you enable us to invest in the skills and talents of our people in the areas of sports, culture, and nation building.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
We've got 101 reasons for you to shop at Courts now. Get up to 35% off selected items store-wide. Save on select lounge sets, fridges, stoves, washers, mattresses, smart TVs, and more. Get what you want today with no cash and make your first payment in 90 days. Plus, stay protected for up to 4 years with Super Shield extended warranty. So there's 101 reasons to shop at Courts. Courts, bringing value home. Promotion runs from September 25 to October 23, 2023. Conditions apply.
Climate change is real, bringing hotter days and less rain. Less rain means less water, so it's crucial for us to conserve water at home. When washing my vehicle, I use a bucket with rainwater that I have stored. This is how I save water. What are you waiting for?
Ladies and gentlemen, the grand opening of the 13th edition of the Waikiki Super Knockout is on. Saturday, 14th October at the National Stadium from 7 p.m. Two big opening games. At 7 p.m, Game 1, Happy Hill Bowlers versus Sub Spartans SC. Game 2, Paradise SC Youth versus Hurricane SC Youth. Then, after the game, we head stateside for the young and upcoming trending Jamaican dancehall artist, Stark Ashley. Alongside the dancehall superstar, Idonia.
you just watch. Tonight, me feel I spend some cash.
Donia!
Back on the street, back on the street.
Donia is coming.
Everybody shout, yeah, 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 yeah.
Also featuring the Octane Band, Young Bert and Tentrak. Admission $50. Main stand, bleachers and secondary stand $40. The 13th edition of the Wagiti Super Knockout is on. Don't miss a game.
Wagiti Super Knockout.
Your new Grenlec bill is even easier to read and still has all the valuable information you need to track and manage your usage.
Hey Mom, okay, your friendly tech support is here. So you got the new Grenlec bill? Let's take a look. The new bill makes it even easier to see your bill total, the due date, and much more. And take a closer look. It actually is a lot easier to understand. Let me show you. You can still see exactly what the charges are for, but in a great new format, it even shows how the cost of generating and delivering the electricity to you is calculated using your actual usage. And Mom, let Lucy know she can check out Grenlec's new Understanding Your Bill video. Anyway, look who says hi, and see you soon.
Your new Grenlec bill, easier to understand and easier to track your usage.
Hi, my name is Dwayne Thompson, co-owner and founder of Sweet Grenada Tours, Taxi and Rental. We provide transportation tours in the field of tourism. Being in the field of tourism, the pandemic have taught us that we need all the help we can get, which the NIS has been very helpful in doing so. But as a small business owner, we are even more excited right now with the new initiative that the NIS have launched, providing a little bit more flexibility for small businesses like ourselves. So we definitely encourage all of the small business to consider getting on board with the NIS and this new initiative that allows the level of flexibility that they have implemented.
The Grenada netball team is leading at the ECCB International Netball Series. That highlight and more coming up for you in our sporting segment.
The MTV Evening Sports is brought to you in association with Courts, bringing value home.
What you gonna do when the rain is coming down? Nothing more to do when there's no one else around. Bring it back to the middle, push, take it back to the rhythm. Keep it up for good when the sky's falling down. All you gotta do is to bring it to the ground. Speed it up to your inner move. Stop, start, down. Nobody can get what you're going through.
A special evening to you now, sporting fans. Here are your highlights.
With the sporting news, I'm Kishan Thomas. Grenada senior netballers continue their winning streak in the ECCB International Netball Series in Antigua. In Game 3, Grenada defeated St. Vincent and the Grenadines 34-32. In Game 4, Grenada crushed Antigua and Barbuda 53-34. And in Game 5, Grenada defeated Cayman Islands 56-41. Grenada faces Dominica tonight. The results will be given in a later newscast. 9 teams are competing in the championship. They are Antigua, Barbados, Cayman Island, Dominica, Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Montserrat. Led by former West Indies under-19 captain Kimani Milas, St. Lucia defeated defending champions Grenada in the finals of the just concluded Windward Island Super 50 Championship. The home side, however, was defeated by Dominica in the third place playoff. The tournament was held in St. Vincent and the Grenadines from September 25th to October 2nd, 2023, with 6 preliminary games, a third-place playoff, and a final. In further preparation for the CWI Super 50 Championship scheduled for October 17th to November 11, 2023, 27 players were selected to play in a best versus best 3-match series on the 4th, 5th, and 8th of October in Sion Hill playing field. Here are the results of the matches played at Victoria Park on Wednesday, the 4th of October, in the 8th Division of the Grenville Cooperative Credit Union Limited and St. Andrew Football League 2023-2024 football tournament. In Match A 44, Telescope Rising Stars FC defeated Stryer Boys 5 goals to 2 at Victoria Park. Match A 41, Santos FC and Halifax FC draw in their match 3-all. Matches are scheduled for today, Thursday, the 5th of October 2023. Match B23, or Chelsea Boys versus SAFL on the 19th at Victoria Park, and Match A42, Trench Town FC versus Idlers SC. Friday, 6th October 2023, match in B24, Class Herb Roots versus Telescope Sports Club. Match A28, Stryer Boys versus Tivoli Lions FC has been rescheduled for Tuesday, 10th October 2023 at Victoria Park. The transfer windows closes on the completion of the preliminary round of matches, and there will be no games scheduled for Thursday, the 12th of October 2023. Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister Keith Rowley said the Caribbean Premier League 2020 tournament was an important sport event on the calendar in the region, and Cricket West Indies lacked vision with the deal they signed with the organisers to establish it. Rowley, the chairman of the CARICOM Prime Minister Ministerial Subcommittee on Cricket, set up to examine all matters related to the development of the sport in the Caribbean, said he did not think CWI got the best deal they could when they signed the initial agreement, but there was nothing that could have been done to change it. Rowley said, and I quote, "I was never happy with the deal we got because people probably felt that it could not become anything and gave away what we thought we never had. You must have a vision of a better future to protect the future. We did not protect the future. Turns out today the CPL shows us that there is a potential for us to play like anybody else and participate in what is now the modern cricket business." End of quote. And that's the sports. I'm Kishon Thomas.
It's the evening edition on MTV. When we return, we'll have the public forecast information for you and then a recap of the latest stories.
The MTV Evening Sports was brought to you in association with Quartz, bringing value home.
MTV Weather Report comes to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
We have the will to overcome. We are strong. Together, we are Grenada.
Good Thursday evening, viewers, with the nighttime weather forecast and meteorologist Dwayne Williams. After a slow start to the day, that tropical wave moved through the area, bringing heavy showers with it into the afternoon time. 1 or 2 peals of thunder were heard, mostly in the islands to the north of Grenada. No reports of thunder here, but we can expect some. There is a possibility that we could get some later. The wave moved through the islands, continued to bring those showers, so look for them through the nighttime. Some slight haze after the wave passes. The showers and the cloudiness should last through to the start of the weekend. Other major features, Philippe more or less going on its way, not of any concern to us at this moment. The cloudiness with that wave continues to affect the islands of the extreme southern Caribbean and would continue to do so through the night. Most of the showers we expect are going to fall through the early part of the night with gradual improvement towards morning. The forecast for Thursday night, showers, some heavy, becoming less frequent towards a morning. The winds will remain easterly 10 to 20 miles per hour with some higher gusts in and around the showers. Minimum temperature 24, maybe a little lower in some cases. The moon is going to rise later on tonight at 11:17 and set at 12:37 tomorrow afternoon. Showers again tomorrow, mostly in the morning period. Some sunshine into the afternoon. Easterly winds 12 to 22 miles per hour. Moderate seas. Waves remain 5 to 7 feet in open waters. The sun is going to rise at 5:56 and set at 5:53. Maximum temperature in the afternoon is going to rise to around 31 and feel like around 34. The UV index moderate. Showers in Port of Spain, showers in Bridgetown mostly in the morning also, and 1 or 2 thunderstorms in Kingston. Partly cloudy skies for Miami and New York, and cloudy in London. Back here at home, a few residual isolated showers are likely on Saturday, but conditions are going to improve into Sunday with partly cloudy skies also on Monday. Then fair conditions prevailing from Tuesday onwards. Look for hotter days from Sunday through to Friday. That's it for me for Thursday night, folks. Have yourself a great night. Join me again tomorrow on Friday when we look at the weekend's weather forecast.
MTV Weather Report was brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
And now to end the news, a recap of the headlines. A toddler has died after being struck by a passenger bus. A fire has destroyed a 4-bedroom house in St. David. Community mental health workers say that they will not back down until their voices have been heard. And in sport, Grenada netball team leads at the ECCB International Netball Series. We've had the details to those and other stories looked to at the public forecast information, all a part of the evening edition Thursday right here on MTV. We here at the news and production departments thank you so very much for viewing. Tony Julian here on their behalf, thanking you for viewing, and we all wish you a good night.
At Bailey's Funeral Home, we understand the pain and grief you experience when you suffer the loss of a loved one. For years, we have helped thousands of families get through that difficult time by providing professional funeral services to meet their unique needs. Whether your choice is cremation or burial, call us or come into our new facility on the Carenage and meet with our arrangers in a spacious and comfortable environment. Choose from a wide variety of quality coffins and caskets at prices from as low as $1,900. At Bailey's Funeral Home, we believe that no one should feel overwhelmed or anxious about funeral expenses. So when it's time to plan a funeral, join a burial society, or make pre-arrangements when service and costs matter, call Bailey's Funeral Home at 440-2558 or visit us at baileysfuneralhome.org. Bailey's Funeral Home, still providing the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Fitzroy Mason, also known as Sea Egg and Mace, of Caliste, who resided at Settlement Road, frequently St. George, former employee of Customs and Excise and a well-known shopkeeper, passed away on Friday 22nd September 2023 at the age of 77. He was the husband of Lillian Alexander, father of Anderson Alexander, grandfather of Sky and Avery Alexander, father-in-law of Nikita Billy, brother of Ulrich, Frank, Thaddeus, Maureen and Carolyn Mason, Michael and Sonia Moore, and Gemma Phillip, uncle of many including Matthew Lewis, Shane, Anika, Keoma, Troy, Lyndon, and Lyndona Mason. Many other relatives and close friends including Stanley Fraser, Michael Stewart, Michelle Samuel, the Brown, Roberts, Frederick, Mark, Billy, Smith and Reddit families, and friends and neighbors of Caliste, Frequenty and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Fitzroy Mason, also known as Seegg and Mace, of Caliste, who resided at Settlement Road, Frequenty, St. George, will take place on Friday, October 6th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Grand Arms Baptist Church, Maurice Bishop Highway, and interment will be at the Grand Arms Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Beatrice Richards, also known as Cynthia and Miss B, of Mount Airy St. Paul's, St. George, passed away on Wednesday, 20th September 2023, at the age of 69. She was the wife of Joel Richards, mother of Michelle Modeste, Patricia McNichols, Jason, Junius and Junil Richards, grandmother of Naya and Savian Mitchell and Keneal Bab, sister of many including Michael, Johnny, Peter, Angus and Queen Anne Modeste, Gemma, Maria, Gleston, Lyon and Hazel, mother-in-law of William McNichols, Charles Mitchell, Kevin Budd and Gina Modeste, aunt of Tara Modeste, Abby, Catherine, Merliger, Kathisha, Jada and Jaden, godmother of Rye. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends including the Richards family in St. Vincent, the Knights and Benoit families of St. Paul's, the Thomas family of Chantimel, the Alexander family, Avril, Gail, Christine, Aline Joseph, Glenna, and friends and neighbors of Mount Airy and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Beatrice Richards, also known as Cynthia and Miss B, of Mount Airy St. Paul's, will take place on Friday, October 6th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Paul's Anglican Church, and interment will be at the Mount Airy Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Lorraine Scott John, also known as Tonti Lorraine, Lolo and Gary Wright, of Marley St. Patrick, passed away on Wednesday, September 6, 2023, at the age of 64. She was the mother of Thomas Jones, also known as Tito in the UK, and Gillian John in Grenada, grandmother of Queen Anne, Azeda, Tiquani, Kimberly and Angel, sister of Albert Jones, also known as Gang, May in the USA and Chris, niece of Aaron, Zeltina, Wilma and Joycelyn, aunt of 3, godmother of many. Many other relatives and friends including Sherilyn, Joan, Eunice, Teacher Vic, Mr. Knights, Geraldine, Bamboo, Mrs. Francis, Keisha, Sybil, Petty, Sylvia, Mrs. Roseman, the Jones and John families of St. David, Gillian, Agnes, Yvette, Teacher Claudette, Nicole, Kiki, Charmaine, Xander, Faj, Spider, Trini, Lloyd, Bishop Harvey, Father Michael, Father Francis, Father Patrick, and parishioners of the St. Patrick's Catholic Church, Marilyn, the Maguire family, Mrs. Gordon, Hess, Marcia, Cheryl, friends at the Carib Shop, Cousin Robin, vendors at the Satires Vegetable Market, Jobson, Paddy, Marissa Lett, members of the choir and charismatic prayer group, Carol's Choir, the SVP, staff of the Hilarion Home, staff of Royalton, the Ministry of Works, Minister Joseph Andel, the Honourable Dickon Mitchell and family, the Charles family, and friends and neighbours of Marley and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Lorraine Scott John, also known as Tonti Lorraine, Lolo and Gary Wright, of Marley St. Patrick, will take place on Monday, October 9th at 2 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Patrick Catholic Church, Satires, and interment will be at the Marley Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. William Cadu, better known as Kim, of Windsor Forest, St. David, passed away on Wednesday, September 20th, 2023, at the age of 48. Left to mourn are his mother Louise Cadu, wife Kimlin Victor Cadu, 5 children Sean Kim, Shania and Seanji Cadu, Shonaika Charles and Kimon Brown, 13 siblings including Carol, Pecula, Dexter, Eugene, Brandon, Kerry, Junior and Shondi, 1 grandchild Zaya Gilmore, 1 foster son Tayshawn Lucas, many aunts and uncles including Catherine Cador, Glenna and Sharon Benjamin, many nieces and nephews, many close friends and relatives including Norris Calliston family of St. Andrew, the former staff of Singer Limited, Jane and Clement Thomas, Jamesy and the guys by the shop, the Dragon family of Windsor Forest, the Benjamin family of Grove, the Cadu family of Kumar, and neighbours and loved ones, other friends and relatives of Windsor Forest and surrounding areas, too numerous to mention. The funeral of the late William Cadu, better known as Kim, of Windsor Forest, St. David, will take place on Tuesday, October 10th at 1:30 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Blessed Sacrament Church Grand Aunts, and interment will be at the Grand Aunts Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Patrick Michael Telesford of Creighton St. George died on Saturday, September 16, 2023, at the age of 94. Left to mourn are his beloved wife Elvira Telesford, children Lucille Copeland, Donna Jeremiah, Dennis, Frederick and the Honourable Philip Telesford, 1 sister, 28 grandchildren including Celine Samuel Dow, Arino and Jonathan Telesford, Jamie Jeremiah, and Camilla Hyacinth Diafuka, 22 great-grandchildren including Neil Bernard, daughters-in-law Bernadette and Melinda Telesford, sons-in-law Joseph Copeland, Michael and Hyacinth Jeremiah, brother-in-law Joseph Elcock, many nieces and nephews in Grenada, the BVI, Trinidad, and the USA, including Margaret Richards, Pamela Caesar, Adriana Francis, Stephen and Judy Pivot. Other close family and friends including the Pilgrim families of Springs, the Park, Griffith, Pivot, Braffett and Bowen families of Monjaloo, and the Telesford families of Westerhall, Windsor Forest and Boca, the pastor and members of the People's Church St. Paul's, and neighbours and friends of Creighton, Monjaloo, Richmond Hill and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Patrick Michael Telesford of Creighton St. George will take place on Tuesday, October 10th at 2 p.m, with tributes commencing at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the People's Church St. Paul's, and entombment will be at the Monjaloo Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Carlisle Francis Paul, also known as Brother Lou, of Coles Gap, St. David, a former bus driver, passed away on Friday, 22nd September 2023, at the age of 72. He was the husband of Anne Spann, also known as Rosalind Spann Paul, father of Magdalene and Natalie Hazard, Jesslyn George, also known as Givon, Rodney and Fayula Frederick, Maudine, Pauline Caliste, Carlin Spann Simeon, Claude, Connie, Karim, Shari and Carrie Spann, Jason Lyons, Andy Gilchrist, Nakangi Stapleton, Chris and Christelle Rennie, and Kellon. Stepfather of Michael Spann, grandfather of 39 including Ronaika Cornwall, Rishon Peters, Levi Frederick, Cornaya and Komaya, Kyla Spann, Victor Kingston, Trisha Hazard, Richelle Spann, and Kalisha Welch. Great-grandfather of 3, brother of Denroy, Alwyn, Christopher, Cheryl, and Cletus Collins. Uncle of many including Leslie Ann, Kalisha, and Tracy Paul. Nephew of many including Meralda Paul, Camilla Collins, and Mike Smith. Father-in-law of many including Roxanne Frederick, Aja Bowen, and Tricia Williams. Brother-in-law of many including Kathleen Collins, Rachel, and Shamanda in the USA. Close friend of June Redhead and Roger. Many other relatives and friends including the Collins, Paul, John, Spann and Thomas families of Coles Gap, members of the Grand Aunts Bus Association, and friends and neighbours of Coles Gap and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Carlisle Francis Paul, also known as Brother Lou, of Coles Gap, St. David, will take place on Tuesday, October 10th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Children of the Light Spiritual Baptist Church, Lassages St. David, and interment will be at the Corinth Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Rupert Ethelbert Link of Lamode and St. George's Estate, St. George, who resided in the USA, passed away on Thursday, September 14, 2023, at the age of 89. He was the father of Irva Cyrus and Ansel Thomas Clovis, grandfather of Jacinta Cyrus Penny, Eunice Horn, Cherise Brown, and Cheryl Jones, great-grandfather of 10, brother of Lucy Cador, Linda Hippolyte, also known as Rosalind, Donna Link Scott, and Mark and Martin Lawrence. Several nieces, nephews, cousins, other relatives and close friends, including the Lawrence, Link, Atz, Johnson, Fraser and Noel families, the Donald, Purcell, Eben, Dolland, Edgehill, Butler, Stewart, Harris, Botus and Nixon families, and friends and neighbours of Lamode and St. George's Estate and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Rupert Ethelbert Link of Lamode and St. George's Estate, St. George, who resided in the USA, will take place on Wednesday, October 11th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Beaulieu Roman Catholic Church, and entombment will be at the Beaulieu Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Gladys Simon née Campbell, also known as Miss Gladys or Simon, of Cornets Walk, Wharf, St. John, passed away on Saturday, September 9th, 2023, at the age of 99. She was the mother of Ramos and Rena Ann in the USA and Fillmore, grandmother of 10, including Carl, also known as Sotty, Nathaniel, Sarah, Jason and Garvin in Canada, Shania and Rhea in the USA, great-grandmother of 2, aunt and grand-aunt of many, caregivers Ina, Judy and Pam. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends including the Campbell, Simon, Alphonse and Mitchell families, Jane Ellen and the Glaze family in England, the St. John's Anglican School staff, and friends and neighbours of Wharf and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Gladys Simon née Campbell, also known as Miss Gladys or Simon, of Cornets Walk, Wharf, St. John, will take place on Wednesday, October 11th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. John's Anglican Church, and interment will be at the Churchyard Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment as you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest. Visit or call Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
Camillus Nimrod Henry, also known as Big Joe and Folk Dance, of Birchgrove, St. Andrew, proprietor of Henry's Brokerage Clearance Services and treasurer of the Birchgrove Development Council, passed away on Monday, 4th September 2023, at the age of 43. He was the father of Nashona Henry, son of Orion and Sherma Henry, grandson of Bernadine Henry, also known as Miss Little, brother of Cadella Henry Victor, Camille Henry Billy, Cordelia and Canida Henry, brother-in-law of Horace Cheddy Victor and Shadrach Billy, nephew of Mona Walden, Cyril Henry, Tony Boris Henry, Hank Shah Matthew, Christine Hutchinson, Marcia Henry, Ivan and Kelly Matthew, and Pastor Leo Prince, grandnephew of Mrs. Bernadette Beckles and teacher Myra Gabriel, uncle of Chelsea and Cheloni Victor, Cameron Henry Charles, and Shadia Billy, Many cousins, other relatives and friends in Grenada, Canada, the USA and the UK, including Christabel Newell, Siobhan McIntyre, Roland Runnick and family, Sherman Thomas, Dixon Frank, Sheldon and Derek Joseph, Warren Powlett and Michelle Bernard, the 1997 graduating class of the Presentation Brothers College, clients of Henry's Brokerage Clearance Services, the management and staff of George F. Huggins, the Mitchell family of Richmond, Marcus and Marcia Gabriel and family, the Henry, Matthew, Charles, Campbell, Beggs and McSween families, friends on the block at St. James, Birchgrove, Monlong and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Camillus Nimrod Henry, also known as Big Joe and Folk Dance, of Birchgrove St. Andrew, will take place on Wednesday, 11th October at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Matthew's Catholic Church, Birchgrove, and interment will be at the St. Rose Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Jean Agnes Bartholomew of New Hampshire St. George passed away on Wednesday, 13 September 2023, at the age of 71. She was the wife of Victor Charles, mother of Cheryl, Shirlene in the USA, Eric, Luann, Jesha and Rondell, sister of Agneta, Tony, Morris, Brenda and Henry in the USA, Patsy in Trinidad, Charles and Magdamus in Grenada, niece of Daisy Jofield in Tobago, grandmother of Alyssa, Elon, Janae, Zuri and Kaylee, many nieces and nephews including Ingrid and Kenny in the USA, Ron, Candace, Tarianne, Sandra and Marlon, mother-in-law of David and Tanisha, aunt-in-law of Natalie in Grenada, Carlton and Lakeisha in the USA, sister-in-law of Hazel Robinson and Oliver Charles in Grenada, Sharon Marshall in the USA, Anne Vincent and Errol Charles in Canada. Other relatives and friends including Yvonne Redhead and family in the USA, Gloria Checkley and family, Joan Patrick, Edward Radix, the Samuel family, the Superville, Charles and Frank families of New Hampshire, the Greenwich family of Snug Corner, the Bartholomew families of Beaulieu, Lamode and River Road, Ivy Medford and the Hines family of Montmoritz, brother, Pearl Noel, Phyllis Lacrette, and friends and neighbors of New Hampshire and surrounding areas, too numerous to mention. The funeral of the late Jean Agnes Bartholomew of New Hampshire St. George will take place on Thursday, October 12th at 12 noon. Funeral service will be held at the St. George's Anglican Church, and entombment will be at the Wilberforce Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Teresa Antwine, also known as Cooley, of Central Grove Estate, St. John, passed away on Wednesday, 23rd August 2023, at the age of 59. She was the daughter of Cynthia Antwine, stepdaughter of Alfred Filbert, wife of Rawlings Edwards, mother of Akeda Antwine and Mondell Antwine Edwards, grandmother of Zephaniah Antwine, sister of Gracelyn Francis, Leslie and Stanford Antwine, and Ken Belfon in the USA, Michelle Joseph, Cynthia Julian and Ronald Smith in Canada, Everest Roderick in Trinidad, Judith Antwine, and Marcia Williams in Grenada. Aunt of many including Carlson, Tracy, Kevin and Crystal Francis, Lisa Antwine, Abigail Joseph, Alicia and Ashley Williams. Sister-in-law of Judith, Roll, Laurie and Paul Edwards, and Andy Jeffrey. Many cousins, other relatives and close friends including Luann Jordan and family, the Augustine family of Central, Indra Hall and family of Woodlands, the Lee family of Douglaston, Gillian Romaine and family, Jean Charles, Pauline Dawkins and the Ferguson family in Canada, Teresa Joseph and family of Pearls, Lester Peters and family, Homestead Guest House, Paul Benjamin and family, Paul's Catering, the management and staff of Father Dowd in Canada, and friends and neighbours of Central, Mungo Road, Grove Estate and surrounding areas. The funeral service for the late Teresa Antwine, also known as Cooley, of Central Grove Estate, St. John, will take place on Thursday, October 12th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the St. Peter's Roman Catholic Church, Grove, St. John, and interment will be at the Douglaston Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Daniel Jaffe John, also known as product of Prospect Hall, Carriacou, a well-known herbalist, passed away on Friday, 29th September 2023, at the age of 53. He was the son of Leonora Jaffe, father of Priscilla and Crystal John, brother of David, Rupert, Septimus, Toby, Golston and Michael Jaffe, Denise Gabriel, Anne-Marie John, Sherma Henry, Angela Kabagu, Valerie Scott, and Louise Jacob, nephew of Letitia McIntosh, George Charles, and Jean Nelson, uncle of many. Other relatives and friends including the Charles and Lawrence families, Pastor Junior McNeil, Kathleen Quashie, Hazel Jaffe, Cynthia Francis, and Chris Mola. The funeral of the late Daniel Jaffe John, also known as product of Prospect Hall, Carriacou, will take place on Thursday, October 12th at 10 a.m. Funeral service will be held at the graveside of the Brunswick Cemetery according to evangelical rites. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Dennis Albert Dragon, also known as Cock, of La Femme St. David, who resided at Confer Calavigny St. George, passed away on Saturday, 16 September 2023, at the age of 74. He was the father of Indra in the USA, Raymond and Kim in Canada, Anika and Keon in Grenada, grandfather of 13 including Jeremy and Opemi in the USA, Anaya, Amaya and Ariana, brother of Julian, Adrian, Derek, Brenda and Celia, father-in-law of 3 including Dr. Adeni, many nieces and nephews, many other relatives and friends including the Joseph family of Latante, the Mitchell family of Mount Airy, the Cador family of St. Paul's, Margaret of Laborie, and friends and neighbours of La Femme, St. Paul's, Confer and surrounding areas. The funeral of the late Dennis Albert Dragon, also known as Cock, of La Femme St. David, who resided at Confer Calavigny St. George, will take place on Friday, October 13th at 1 p.m. Funeral service will be held at the Garden of Remembrance Funeral Chapel, Cemetery Hill, St. George's, and interment will be at the Wilberforce Cemetery. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Monroe Charles of Sab St. Andrew, who resided at Nunperel St. Mark, passed away on Saturday, 30th September 2023, at the age of 59. The funeral arrangements for the late Monroe Charles of Sab St. Andrew, who resided at Nunperel St. Mark, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Eileen Alexis of Archibald Avenue, St. George, died on Sunday, October 1st, 2023, at the age of 102. The funeral arrangements for the late Eileen Alexis of Archibald Avenue, St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Agnes Cynthia Hippolyte, also known as Auntie Cynthia of Bellevue St. David, passed away on Friday, 29th September 2023, at the age of 86. The funeral arrangements for the late Agnes Cynthia Hippolyte, also known as Auntie Cynthia of Bellevue St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Anthony Mahorn, also known as Curry of Corinth St. David, died on Saturday, September 30th, 2023, at the age of 57. The funeral arrangements for the late Anthony Mahorn, also known as Curry, of Corinth St. David, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Archbishop Veronica Hines, also known as Mother Hines and Vero, of Spring St. George, passed away on Wednesday, 27th September 2023, at the age of 87. The funeral arrangements for the late Archbishop Veronica Hines, also known as Mother Hines and Vero, of Spring St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Ina Hilda Lewis, also known as Liz, of Victoria St. Mark, who resided at Crowshoe St. Andrew, passed away on Monday, 18th September 2023, at the age of 93. The funeral arrangements for the late Ina Hilda Lewis, also known as Liz, of Victoria St. Mark, who resided at Crochet St. Andrew, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Mary Virginia Francois, also known as Olive Alexander and I.E., of Mount Craven St. Patrick, passed away on Tuesday, September 5, 2023, at the age of 90. The funeral arrangements for the late Mary Virginia Francois, also known as Olive Alexander and I.E., of Mount Craven St. Patrick, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Veronica Frank, also known as Tarn Vero of Victoria St. Mark, who resided at Vendome St. George and in Canada, passed away on Monday 25th September 2023 at the age of 88. The funeral arrangements for the late Veronica Frank, also known as Tarn Vero of Victoria St. Mark, who resided at Vendome St. George and in Canada, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Alithia Myrtle Jean Thompson, also known as Auntie Jean of Rosehill St. Patrick, passed away on Saturday 23rd September 2023 at the age of 93. The funeral arrangements for the late Alithia Myrtle Jean Thompson, also known as Auntie Jean of Rosehill St. Patrick, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Gemma Antoine Wilson of Grove St. John, who resided at Bonaire St. Mark, a distinguished and much-loved mathematics and Bible knowledge teacher and former deputy head teacher of the St. Mark's Secondary School, passed away on Monday 28 August 2023 at the age of 67. The funeral arrangements for the late Gemma Antoine Wilson of Grove St. John, who resided at Bonaire St. Mark, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Elsia Ferguson, MBE, also known as Teacher Elsa and Elsie, of Grove St. John, who resided at Woburn St. George, died on Thursday, September 14, 2023 in Tobago, at the age of 75. The funeral arrangements for the late Elsia Ferguson, MBE, also known as Teacher Elsa and Elsie, of Grove St. John, who resided at Woburn St. George, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home. Roxanne Jason Marshall, also known as Rox, of Grove St. John, passed away on Thursday, 14 September 2023, at the age of 47. The funeral arrangements for the late Roxanne Jason Marshall, also known as Rox, of Grove St. John, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. Reverend George Milton Guy, also known as Gapman, of Lauriston Carriacou, passed away on Tuesday, September 12, 2023, at the age of 68. The funeral arrangements for the late Reverend George Milton Guy, also known as Gapman, of Lauriston Carriacou, will be given in a subsequent broadcast. Funeral arrangements entrusted to Lacqua Brothers Funeral Home. In loving memory of Fitzroy Bernard Boatswain of Happy Hill, who resided at Beausejour St. George, and passed away on Thursday, 29 September 2022, and was entombed on Tuesday, November 8, 2022. God knew that you were suffering. He knew you were in pain. He saw the road was getting rough, and the hills were hard to climb. So he closed your eyes and whispered, "Peace be thine." It broke our hearts to lose you, but you did not go alone. A part of us went with you the day God took you home. Remembering you is your mother, Elmina, brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, other relatives and friends. May your soul rest in peace. Funeral arrangements were entrusted to Bailey's Funeral Home.
The management and staff of MTV extend deepest condolences to those of you whose loved ones have passed on. Thank you for watching.
14 and verse 13. Blessed is the day that died in the Lord. If your loved one died in the Lord, you have nothing to worry about. You could be confident that that one is in a better place. But what about you who are left behind to mourn? What if you had been called? Were you ready? If you are not ready, you can be ready while you're alive. The word of God says it's appointed unto man once to die, but after this is the judgment. So you can live, and after death, you're going to live forever. You would not be disintegrated into nothing. You would be living forever. So while you're alive is the time to be ready to meet the Lord. I would like to encourage you to give your life to the Lord Jesus Christ while you are still on the earth. There is no repentance after death. The time is now. The Lord Jesus Christ gave his life on the cross so that you can have life. And while you are living is the time to make it right with the Lord. Jonah said in Jonah chapter 4 and verse 3, it is better to die than to live. So the dead should be happy if they die in the Lord. If you are not sure that you are ready, if your time comes, you can be ready. You can be ready even at this very moment. If you'd only open your heart to receive the Lord Jesus Christ and pray this simple prayer. Just say, Lord Jesus, I am sad because my loved one has gone, but I am left behind and I want to be ready when my time comes. So I'm asking you to forgive me for my sins. I'm asking you to give me eternal life.